Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my new tutorial. I'm going to show you how I did my meteor effect. Now I'm not going to show you step by step exactly how I did it, but I'm going to show you the main things and then it's just pretty much a repeat. So let's get right into it. First I've got this image of these snowy mountains and the link will be in the description if you want it. And first we need to create the meteor. So go layer, new solid, and we'll call this Meteor. You don't have to make this with a meteor, you can do it with a missile or anything else pretty much. And in your effects and presets you'll need particular, which is a trap code plugin, and it's pretty much just a particle program. But if you go to the animation presets up here, you can go to Firestarter, and if you look, it's pretty much just this flaming thing with a smoke trail flying around. But what we need to do is control it so it hits the mountain. So to do that, let's go layer, new null object, and we'll call this meteor position. And now we need to link the meteor position with the position of the null object. So we'll turn the meteor position 3D, which is the null object, and go down here to the particular and emitter. Okay, so once you've expanded the meteor layer and you've gotten to the particular properties, make sure you've pressed P on the top layer to bring up the position properties, and then go down to position XY on the meteor layer and alt click on the stopwatch, and you'll see the expression pick whip tool or the spiral here. Just click and drag that up to the position of the meteor position layer, and then do the exact same thing with the Z value, position Z to the position Z. And then if you click, your meteor should be in the corner of your null object. So now what we can do is just use these position properties here to control our meteor. So let's go forward to say 2 seconds in, and we'll start animating this meteor. And we'll make it fly for about 1.5 seconds. So we're just going to control it into the mountain. And there we go. So now if we go through this, you can see the meteor just kind of flies into the mountain. And then what you can do is just pretty much fade this layer off the closer it gets to the mountain, because when it hits you want it to all stop. So there we go. I'll show you how to basically do a small explosion, and then it's just the same for everything. So I've got this stock footage here of this dirt explosion, and I got this from Action Essentials 2 by Video Copilot, and there are 3 versions I think on Detonation Films. I'm not sure, I've never been on it, but anyway, we'll position that so it looks pretty good. And you'll notice I had a few explosions behind the mountain in the completed version, like they were coming out from behind it. So I'll show you how I did that. If you go to your mountain image layer or your background and press Ctrl D to duplicate it, what you can do is get the pen tool and just draw a quick mask around here. I'm just doing this really quickly so you don't really waste time on something not that important. And then we can just go straight across like that. And now if we turn off our bottom layer, you can see it's just the top of a mountain. So now if we put our dirt charge in between them, turn it on, we can scale it down a bit and position it, and you can see the top of the mountain is over it, which makes it look like the dirt's coming from behind it. And we'll fix all this up now so it looks a bit better. Just move it across. And line it up with when the meteor hits, so start it there. Alright, so you can make it as big as you want. I'll probably leave it at that. It's pretty big. and let's position it a bit more. And then you can see we've got the bottom here, so we can just get the rectangle tool, make sure your dirt layer is selected, and just pretty much draw that there. Press M2 times on your keyboard to bring up all the mask properties, set it to subtract, and then feather it a little bit. So now if we watch that with the meteor, see the meteor hits it, and then the dirt explodes upwards. So yeah, and you can see this dirt is kind of brownish, and you can see the mountain is pretty much black underneath the snow. So what we need to do is adjust the color of our dirt to match the mountain. It's not so important in this effect, but if you're doing it on like dirt or something, it'll really stand out. So I'm just using a curves adjustment here and bringing down the contrast, and you can see already it's pretty much gone from like brown to black, and that just makes it look a lot better. And yeah, so now you can pretty much do that with a few more dirt explosions, some flame balls and everything like that, and it's pretty much just a repeat process. And then at the end you can add some camera shake when the meteor passes the camera and when it hits, just to add a bit of realism. And yeah, I hope that helped, and if it did, subscribe. If it didn't, I'm sorry, but it's a lot to cover in a short tutorial. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.